Hello people, this is Sonali, the Melodramatic Bookworm. If you've been here before, welcome back, and if you're new to my channel, welcome to the Melodramatic Bookworm family. I'm here today with my April 2021 TBR, and surprisingly, this TBR is very short because I have had experience in March and January as well that I didn't finish the books that I thought I would be able to finish, and as of the day of filming this video, I finished only 5 books, and I think today is the 25th of March. I don't think I can take that stress anymore, so I'm thinking that maybe April should be a month in which I'm just going to be light about it. So what I've done is I've added just a few books, and by few books I mean about 9 books to my TBR, and it's a whole lot better than the previous TBRs because in those I've been adding like 13, 14, 15, sometimes 25 and then calling it a TBR pool, etc, etc. So in this TBR, what I've done is I've added some review copies, some buddy reads, and then there's a subscriber pick which you have chosen for me to read, vlog and review, and then there's a book that I need to review for someone that I am working for, and also the huge duology that I have been putting off for way too long, and the series which is coming out which is coming out this month. So without any further ado, let's dive right into today's video and let me share with you all the books that I plan to read in April 2021. A quick reminder that if you'd like to buy any of the books mentioned in this video, then please use my Amazon affiliate links in the description box below. It would be of immense help to me. The first 2 books that I would like to read in April are part of a duology, and I am reading this in April because it is closer to the release date for the Shadow and Bone series, and this duology is the Six of Crows duology. Six of Crows and Crooked Kingdom, and I will be reading this and most likely be vlogging my reading as well. I've heard so many amazing things about this this duology that I wanted to read it last year, but I never got around to reading it. But I did read Shadow and Bone, the trilogy, last year during lockdown, the first lockdown, and I was like, it is a fun read. It is fast paced, but it was not at a level where I could go fawning over it anytime. So I've heard that this is much better than that, and I've been hearing things about Cas Brecker everywhere, and to see that guy Freddie Carter play Cas Brecker, I really want to be acquainted with him. Okay, thank you. Hey, that's not the only reason I want to read this duology though, or is it? The next book is a subscriber pick for the month of April 2021. I had given you 5 options and you chose The Henna Artist by Alka Joshi, and you've been telling me that this is a beautiful book, but I did not know that this has a sequel coming out. I thought this was a standalone and I was really excited. I mean, I am really excited, but I didn't know this was part of a series or something. Anyway, that doesn't matter, but this is about a henna artist, Lakshmi, who escapes home at the age of 17 and moves to Jaipur, I think, and then she builds a life over there, and how her life changes and what all she has to go through to reach that stage where people respect her. I think that is what forms this entire story. At least that's what I can remember from me reading the blurb ages ago, and me remembering this is also like one miracle only. But I am super excited to read this. As of now, it's this book. It's winning with about 37%. Yeah, I think this is going to be the book that I will be reading, but if there's going to be any change, then you will obviously know when the video goes up. But I think this is here to stay. At one point, this book and Girl in White Cotton were going neck and neck, and I was like, guys, but it changed, like it drastically changed. Next up is a book that I am part of a blog tour for, and that book is Hot Stew by Fiona Mosley. I will be posting about this book on April 19th, and I'll read out the blurb for you. Pungent, steamy, insatiable Soho, the only part of London that truly never sleeps. Tourists dawdling, chancers skulking, addicts shuffling, sex workers strutting, punters prowling, businessmen striding, the homeless and the lost. Down Water Street, ducking onto Dean Street, sweeping into Lascargore, I don't know how that's pronounced. Darting down quiet back alleyways, skirting dumpsters and drunks, emerging onto raucous main roads, fizzing with energy and riotous with life. On a corner sits a large townhouse, the same as all its neighbors, but this building hosts a teeming throng of rich and poor, full from the basement right up to the roof terrace. Precious and Tabitha call the top floors their home, but it's under threat. Its billionaire owner, Agatha, wants to kick the women out to build expensive restaurants and luxury flats. Men like Robert, who visit the brothel, will have to go elsewhere. Those like Cheryl, who sleep in the basement, will have to find somewhere else to hide after dark. But the women won't go quietly. Soho is their turf, and they are ready for a fight. I'm super excited to read this book, and I don't know anything about the author. I'd never heard about this book before, but the blurb seems so intriguing, and it just pulled me in. Like, it was like, son, read me. And I was like, I'm not going to argue with that. Next up are two review copies, the first of which is Brown Baby by Nikesh Shukla. This was sent to me by Pan Macmillan India. A big thank you to Pan Mac for this review copy. I'm super excited to read it. This is Nikesh Shukla's memoir of race, family and home, as the cover tells us. And let me just see if there's a blurb. But I don't think you need a blurb for this because we pretty much know what it is about. Okay, in Brown Baby, Nikesh Shukla explores themes of racism, feminism, parenting, and our shifting ideas of home. This memoir, by turns heart-wrenching, hilariously funny, and intensely relatable, is dedicated to the author's two young daughters and serves as an act of remembrance to the grandmother they never had a chance to meet. Through love, grief, food, and fatherhood, Shukla shows how it's possible to believe in hope. And you know what the first reason is for me to be excited about this book? It's because I heard Nikesh Shukla talk on a live session he had with Nikita Gill, and I loved their interaction so much, and I loved what he had to say, and I was like, if this guy has a book, or if he's coming out with a book, then I would love to read it because it's going to be so insightful, I felt at the time. And I don't know if I'm just elevating this book to a point where I want it to be, but I feel that it's going to be there somehow. I'm not really sure how that works, but fingers crossed. The second review copy is The Fixer by Suman Dubey, and this was sent to me by Rupa Publications a long time ago, and I'm really sorry I haven't been able to get to it, but a big thanks Rupa for sending me this book. This is a story of a man who is very central to Indian cricket, and he, I think, gets involved in a match fixing scandal which he never thought he would, and this is the whole story about how this comes to be, what happens after that, and what is the, I mean, does he get exonerated or not. And I really am very intrigued by this book because there's so much happening in Indian cricket as well at all points in time. But I don't know, this feels like a book that I will enjoy reading. You know, that kind of popcorn entertainment movies that you watch. I think this is going to be one such book. Next is another book that I should have read a long time ago, but I did not, because this is me we are talking about now. And that book is Make Time, How to Focus on What Matters Every Day by Jake Knapp and John Zeratsky. And I think it's about time that I read this book, and especially because things are going to get even more hectic. I really need this in my life, and I'm not going to say anything else, because if I say anything else I will look back on this video and I will go, what the hell were you thinking? Why do you make promises? So instead of indulging in foresight about how hindsight is going to be bad, I'm just going to put this aside and let's jump on to the next book. Next up is a book that is one of my most anticipated releases of 2021, and that is Club You to Death by Anuja Chauhan. I will also be making a video review for this, but I'm also doing a review for someone. So this is a book that I was so intrigued by the title of, because Anuja Chauhan has never written a book like this. And she has always written like family centric or romantic books like The Zoya Factor. I haven't read Baz, but all of her books have this Indianness to them. So I am really interested in finding out what exactly this book is about, because the title Club You to Death is so aggressive that I am like, okay, I want to also laugh, but I also want to find out what exactly Anuja Chauhan is talking about. When a hunky personal trainer is found asphyxiated to death under an overloaded barbell at the posh Delhi turf club on the eve of the club elections, it is first thought to be just a freak accident. But soon it becomes clear that one of the members of the DTC, all pickled in privileged Dilliwalas, is a cold-blooded killer. As the capital bristles with conspiracy theories, ACP Bhavani Singh, a genial close to retirement crime branch veteran, is appointed to the case. With the assistance of Akash Kashi Dogra, haughty crusader for human rights who despises all the club stands for, and Bambi Todi, wealthy girl about town who loves the place like a second home, Bhavani sets off to solve a crime that seems simple enough on the surface but turns out to have roots as deep and spreading as New Delhi's famous neem trees. And look at the smartness with which they've written this. Anuja Chauhan returns with a bloody good romance set in the pulsating heart of Lutyens, Delhi. Sneaky, you thought we wouldn't notice. The last book in this video, and I can't believe I'm wrapping this up so soon, so soon being very relative, and that book is a buddy read which I will be reading with Nandini from Read Dream Repeat on Instagram. Go follow her. I think I've said it enough in all of my videos. I've even made a dedicated video, but you won't listen to me, no? Go follow her. Anyway, the book is The Sense of an Ending by Julian Barnes. We used to do buddy reads every month last year, but something happened. Switch flipped or something. Things became very hectic for me as well as for her, and we were like, okay, let's start light. I don't know how light this is going to be. The weight is like less only, but imagine if this story is going to be heavy, then we are going to have a gala time discussing this book. Let me read out the blurb, because I haven't read the blurb for this book in like 2 years, I think. Tony Webster and his clique first met Adrian Finn at school. Sex-hungry and book-hungry, they would navigate the girl-less sixth form together, trading in affectations, in-jokes, rumor, and wit. Maybe Adrian was a little more serious than the others, certainly more intelligent, but they all swore to stay friends for life. Now Tony is retired. He's had a career and a single marriage, a calm divorce. He certainly never tried to hurt anybody. Memory, though, is imperfect. It can always throw up surprises, as a lawyer's letter is about to prove. Holy crap! What? Like, I'm up for this. If digging the past, and if the past comes calling is a kind of story this is, then I'm all for it. Gimme it. So these are all the books that I plan to read in April 2021. I just hope I get through all of them. At least some sense of achievement, please. I want it. So I will be reading all of these. Which of these have you read? Which ones did you like? Which ones did you not like? Which ones are your absolute favorites? What are you most excited for me to read? Let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you. Once again, a quick reminder, if you'd like to buy any of these books, see if anything catches your eye, then please use my Amazon affiliate links in the description box below. It would be of immense help to me. If you like this video, please like it and share it to spread the word. And if you like my content and would like to see more from me, don't forget to hit subscribe and click on the bell icon beside the subscribe button to get notified as and when I post new videos. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Until next time, keep reading, keep watching, and add melodrama to your life.